Right, afternoon everyone. Thought I'd introduce everyone to an old family heirloom. This is, or was, my father's. I've been lucky enough to be given it now, so I suppose it's mine. This is a 1968 Atkinson. Not entirely sure if it's a borderer or not. I've sort of talked to a few people and had a few conflicting answers and ideas over what she actually is. Just bear with me. Right, that's a bit better. Be able to see it now. Right, can't get a very good shot in here because we're quite cramped in this old shed. But there she is. Right, she's 1968, or at least that's what my father thinks she is. Was pretty sure is what she is. 1968. Originally a 4x2 fifth wheel tractor, and she, we believe when she was brand new, she worked in a China clay mine in Cornwall somewhere. Honestly, don't know which company, quarry or anything really, other than it worked in Cornwall, worked in a clay mine. So I'd imagine she had a fairly hard old life. She has a 220 NH Cummins in her. Originally she did have Jake brakes, but sadly the Jakes are long gone on it, but the switch is still in the dashboard. Unusually she has got a 5-speed pre-select gearbox fitted, which is, as far as we can work out, is factory fitment. And speaking to one or two people, apparently that's a really rare thing on these trucks, as they generally had I think either a 6-speed David Brown crash box, or they had a 10-speed Road Ranger in them, I believe, from what I've sort of figured out from the little bit of digging I've already done. This one, my father and grandfather bought it, I bet it's nearly 30 years ago now, roughly, from a guy up round Fairford, just the other side of Swindon to us. She, I don't think she's done a well, she's been worked hard, but I think she's been fairly well looked after. There's no rot in her anywhere underneath. The cabs suffered a little bit, but from what father's told me, the windscreen's never fitted right from the day one we had it, or he bought it. So, and the door frames have given up a little bit as well. The passenger door's only barely holding on at the moment. And there is damp in the woodwork, sadly, but luckily all the fiberglass outer's all good. The fiberglass roof cap's good. It's not terrible. We put a brand new radiator in it. I think that was 90, I like to say 97, 98 maybe. Put a radiator in it. We've still got the original radiator that came out of it, which has got the Cummins badge and everything on it. Same style as what's already in it. I don't know if the radiator style helps to determine what type of Atkinson she is, whether she's a Mark 1, a Mark 2, borderer, whatever, indifferent. She's fairly simple back end. She hasn't got hub reduction or anything, but she's got a big double reduction differential in it. From what Father was saying, she does about 40 mile an hour comfortably. So certainly no racehorse, but definitely built to pull. Not pull quick, but get there slowly. So expansion tank, air cleaner, and then the old 220 Cummins sticking out the back there. Up in the cab a second. We drove this in here, I'd like to say 99, maybe 2000. I might, certainly 2000 at the earliest, I'd think, because the shed that's now blocking the truck in, I think we put that up in, when did that go up? 2000. Well, that shed behind us went up in 2003, 2002, 2003, something like that. Anyway, the truck's been in here for 20 years plus anyway, not ran, drove in, like they all do. It even smells exactly as I remember it. And that is the trusty 220 Cummins. An engine I think most people agree is fairly indestructible. I had a long chat with Father about this, all of this morning. Apparently she always smoked really, really bad, and wasn't a fantastic puller, but it plodded away. We only ever used it for pulling a large 6-ton showman's van with it, so we never really worked it hard. It just had to get from A to B really. But they, like I say, put a radiator in it. They put all new crank, main and big end bearings in it. They put new piston rings in it. What else did they do? Obviously all new head gaskets and everything on it. It had reconditioned injectors put in it with all new tips and everything, and it didn't make the smoking any better. I mean, I always remember it being a very smoky old thing unless she was pulling really, really hard. But Father was saying it burns quite a lot of oil as well, so I think we're sort of up to the conclusion that it's probably valve stem seals have gone on it, unless there's a Cummins person who sees this and says it's something indifferent, or that is just what they do. But I do remember even when she was hot, she used to smoke quite a bit, unless she was working really, really hard. Father can't remember how much oil he used to put in it, but he said he regularly put oil, every trip he'd have to put a couple of litres in it. Whether that's an oil consumption thing you'd lose through valve stem seals, I don't know. But I'm very tempted just to pull it all apart and just completely do it, repaint it all, and just give it all a really big birthday. I never knew Cummins were built in Great Britain, but there you go. Learn something every day. Best of British and all that. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident she'll fire without too many problems. I've already had a bit of a wiggle round with all of this. Ow. And she's all fairly nice and oily in the top. Certainly no signs of rust or water or anything. As I said earlier, she definitely used to have jakes, but I'm looking in the top there, I'm pretty sure they're long gone, and going off the fact she's got really long studs sticking out, I'm pretty sure she should have jake housings that are sort of 2 inches tall, and then the covers on top. So I think somebody's had the jakes off of this. I don't think it's had an engine swap. I think it's still the original engine out of the truck. Going off all the flywheel housing and all the red paint on the back of the engine, I would think it's all fairly unmolested really. So yeah, in general she's not too bad. Many fun hours sat up on top of the doghouse when I was a lot younger. Man, it makes you feel old when you start talking about your childhood. Oh, come on, girl, get down there. Oh, let's fold the seat up. Oh, make that a bit easier. Come on, get down there. There you go. There it goes. Oh. Yeah, so 5-speed pre-select, which as soon as I started talking to a few people, that's what she had. I got told I must be wrong. It must be a Road Ranger or something else, and no, it's definitely a 5-speed pre-select. And then when I started talking to Father about it, he said, yeah, definitely a pre-select, definitely what she had originally. And then when he started talking about the clay quarry or whatever that had it, or the company that was working for the clay quarry, I'm not sure how that was all. I'm not really too sure how that was all being worked, but anyway, that's what she had. That is factory, as far as I'm aware. Original 2-pedal setup. So yeah, seat's always been like that. Handbrake and parking valve. So we're sort of hoping the brakes aren't stuck on it, but you never know with these things, do you? It's been sat 20+ years, and I don't know if we can see what's the miles on that. Is that 920,000 miles? I'm pretty sure they're all genuine. I think that's right. Sorry, no, that's not right, is it? That's 92,000. 92,000 miles. Duh. I think the engine oil. What's that? Is that engine oil? Engine oil pressure gauge is a bit keen. That's already got a couple of pounds on it. But yeah, I think she's in the old-fashioned trailer indicate light. But yeah, very, very original, unmolested. I think all Dad's really done to it is put the ballast box on the back, paint it, and I think that's it. I think he did a little bit of woodwork on the passenger side. Otherwise, not too much done to it. Just a really nice, honest, unmolested truck, really. I mean, we used to put a fair few miles on it. It always went to the Dorset Steam Fair with a showman's van on the back. That was what was that? I think that was about 120-mile round trip. It used to do every year just that. It always went. Oh, what else did we do? I went to the North Nibley rallies up in Gloucester. That was a nice run up there. And then from North Nibley, it would go to. Christ, where did we used to go then? Oh, Strawberries and Steam in Swindon. That was a nice couple-hour drive up down the M5 and then across on the M4 up to Swindon. Hopefully the doors stay together long enough. Go on, stay shut. There you go. And then, yeah, it's not perfect. There's quite a big hole in the roof of the shed these days, but luckily we've managed to certainly get a lot of our work. We're up to go with all our work, so we've sort of come to the conclusion that the state the shed's in, it's time, because the shed's leaning as well. it's a bit of a disaster, really. We got to get her out, but there's quite a lot to do in order to get the poor thing out, because when this was all put away, it was not really there was no real rush to get her back out again, hence why the shed got built where it got built. But that's basically her home, or been her home for the last 20 odd years. And yeah, trying to have a good sort out. So that's the plan for the summer. It's a little bit of a pain to get in through the driver's door. Yeah, we're gonna have a really good hard go at this summer. That's the old original shed. That's been there, Christ, 30 plus years now, and it's all had its day. So the shed's gonna go, the oil tank's gonna go, well, the 2 oil tanks are gonna get moved. The big water tank that feeds the nursery, which is our other little hobby we do alongside doing steam engines. So that's the plan. Come probably end of July, beginning of August, going to flatten all of this, get it gone, start again, sort all the groundwork out, and get the Atkinson out, and yeah, hopefully try and put her to some good use now, because it was always a bit of a, I don't know, sore subject, I guess, with what we did with the Atkinson, hence why she got parked up the way she got parked up, you know, family feuds and all that fun stuff. So, but luckily the old girl's sort of in my care now, which is something I've been wanting for quite a while. But you know, all good things come to those who wait. So yeah, so hopefully this summer we'll, I suppose, spend probably 2 or 3 weeks just getting to the truck, and then once we get to the truck, we'll see if we can get her rolling, get her out, try and get it running. I'm sure that won't be too difficult. I'd like to think, check the oils, battery, flush the coolant system out, because I don't think there's any coolant in her, and yeah, hope yeah, get her back on the road, have some fun with her. Sorry I can't get any better views of her, really, because there's just no way. You just can't do it. I mean, the shed's falling down around it, and there's barely enough room to get yourself through down the side. So so yeah, hopefully watch this space. I'd like to try and take some more videos of it in the summer when we get to the point of getting it out. Probably gonna have to winch it out, so that'll probably include my Diamond T as well. And yeah, we'll see how we go. I've been watching a lot of what's his name, Lord Muck and all that, and it's quite nice actually to see guys sharing a lot of this old stuff. So that sort of motivated me a little bit to do some of these, and hopefully with the help of some friends, we can post a little bit more of all this old stuff, as there seems to be quite a big following for it on the web and all those things. So yeah, we'll see how we go, and hopefully we can report on good news in the next month or so. So yeah, hope everyone's well, and we'll catch you all later.